Here we come, guys. Here comes the 2024 pistol collection video. Here we go. What is up, everybody? This is Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, doing the pistol collection video of 2024. I will be starting with basically the first one I bought and then go on from there. Now, this right here is the FN509. Now, if you also hear something in the background, I'm watching Costa videos while drinking coffee and a whole lot of other stuff. But if you haven't watched Costa, check him out. He does a lot of funny shit, trolls people. It's great, especially on Call of Duty. But yeah, the FN509. When I bought this gun, I looked at it. I was like, you know what? Because I came from California. Wasn't really around guns a whole lot, minus like a background that I had with using firearms a little bit, but even then didn't use them a whole lot. And coming from California, you're just like, whatever. But as I got older, because this was like, God, it's like 18, 19. I mean, shooting was fun and all that, but it wasn't until I got a lot older and moved out of California, came to Alaska, where I felt a little bit more inclined to actually have guns, considering, hey, here in Alaska we have bears, we have moose, we have crazy people. So firearms and other means of defending yourself is definitely the way to go. But when I bought this, I liked it because the fact that you can remove this whole top plate and put red dot on, which I never actually did. I actually did that with several of my other pistols that I have now. But this is probably, by far, probably the heaviest pistol I have out of the other ones. Mine is maybe the revolver, but I think the revolver is actually slightly lighter than this one. Like, even though it's polymer and metal, polymer down here and metal up here, like this right here is heavy duty, which then also makes it a really decently flat shooter. And at the same time, like, some people, they kind of don't like the way the trigger is, but I like it. Trigger's not bad, and it's very audible. You can literally hear it and feel it. And at the same time, I mean, if you're like too high on there, it's almost impossible with that thing. So that's the FN509. Like this gun. Now, they do or did have firing pin issues way back in the day. I'm not too sure if they do now. Now here is my second gun, which is my Sig M117. Now, a whole lot of people will be sitting there going like, oh my god, has that gun exploded on you yet? No. No, it has not. By the way, this is Copperhead. Usually most of my guns, mine is my FN. I don't know why, because I can't look at it and be like, yeah, that one has a name. But, yeah, Copperhead. And to why the markings and everything else on my guns. Well, I'm Norse. I'm a Norse pagan. The god I look towards is Tyr, the god of justice and war and honor. So, you know, hey, depends on why bind runes and all that other kind of stuff. Okay. Now, this right here is probably by far, like, my favorite gun. Because just the way the slide is, it's not super heavy, it's not super front heavy. Like, just the overall feel of it, even in my hand, it feels really good. And that's what I try to tell people a lot of the time is, like, when it comes to a pistol, right, make sure that when you hold it in your hand, it feels comfortable. It doesn't feel awkward. You don't have to, like, sit there and, like, move your hands around to find the right feel kind of like thing. All you should have to do is just put your hand on and go, that fits my hand pretty good. And I'm a dude. I don't have very big hands. I really don't. This is comfortable to hold on to, and this is the base one they give you for the M17, okay? Now, they do have a sleeker, slimmer version of this for people who have, like, smaller hands. But, I mean, with how small my hands are, I mean, I have small hands. Ain't gonna lie. But, fits in my hand perfectly fine. Allows me to cup it with both hands very well and everything else. You know what I mean? Like, it's just comfortable. Now, I do have the Olight Balder on here. A lot of people give Olight some shit, but I like Olight. Very durable, very good. I'm not too sure on the red dots. I've seen the videos on those. They don't look good. So, I'll definitely say their lights are good. Don't spend the money on the red dots. Now, my wife got me this for Christmas last year, or it was a birthday present. Either way, my wife got me this last year. It is the Sig Red Dot, which honestly, I really like. Like when she got this for me, I was really, really happy because this is a really good red dot. It has shake awake feature on it. It comes with, you know, a little aluminum covering so it self protects it a lot more. I mean, I love the fact that you can actually rack that motherfucker without, like, you know, anything else. But that's the M17. Now, the other gun I got, yeah. Now, we'll safety check. Nothing in there. Okay, nothing in there. Nothing. Okay. So, yeah, the FN is definitely heavier than this. So, here is my Chiaa Rhino. Okay. 357 mag. Now, this one, very unique because it is both single and double action. Honestly, like, it is not that bad of a trigger pull. Like, when they talk about, like, the difference between the trigger pulls, it's honestly not that bad. Now, granted, Dad's a lot better. You know what I mean? But this is a good gun. Very, very flat. Now, it does have a slight muzzle rise when you shoot. There's a slight muzzle rise, but you do literally feel it more in your hand. Now, I do need to do some range videos where I actually go to a range and, like, actually show the video. But sadly, one of the ranges I go to, they don't allow us to video record. So, a lot of the time, I just go there, shoot, and then go, okay, the gun's not going to explode on me. Awesome. It's functional. It works. Great. Then I usually try to go out to the outdoor range, but that's quite a far away from us. But I like that one because they generally don't care if you record or blow stuff up as long as you kind of like clean up your mess. But yeah, 357 Chiaa Rhino. I got this one mainly because the fact that I live in Alaska. We do deal with big game animals, and I wanted something to be able to pack a decent punch when it comes to bear style rounds, and then at the same time match up with something else like my lever action, because I have a 357 lever action as well, so that matches up perfectly with this. But at the same time, my 4570 lever action for when I go hunting, because it'd be that for hunting, and then this just in case if, you know, a bear sneaks up on us. And that is a thing that does happen. Bears can sneak up on you, even with how big they are. They're sneaky fuckers. But great gun, worth the price. It was definitely like under $1,000, but god dang, this is probably one of the most expensive pistols I ever bought. Okay. Now, here is the PSA Dagger. Okay, this is Nidhogg. I mainly bought this because I was curious on one, because they were cheap. Like, this was like a couple $100. This was like a $350 some odd gun. So, very cheap. Okay. Comes with a threaded barrel, thread protector, you know what I mean, slide cut to the point where you can put anything RMR style on there. Which, I mean, I have this Dagger Defense Pro on there, which honestly is a really good red dot, cheap as all hell, but has shake awake feature on there. It's on there nice and tight. Has up and downs on the side. Now, like I said, the reason why I bought this one was because, one, I don't like Glock, like, at all. Like, I shot them. I don't like the way they feel in my hand. I can shoot them perfectly fine and have no problem with it. It's just, like, the way the backstrap is on the Glock. It does not fit my hand all that well. It doesn't feel comfortable. This one, the way the curvature is, how it has this, like, little arc inside, and then it leads up to the beaver tail. My hand fits in there perfectly, and I like it. Same thing with this bump right here. And then the actual stippling, or not even really stippling, but definitely the little roughness they put on here. It's not super grainy, super hard where it's going to kill your hands, but it's there. So I bought this one. I'm like, okay, well, hey, I like this, shot it, loved it. I'm like, okay, so not bad. And it literally just 8 rounds. So that was awesome. So then I was like, well, I like to once I find a gun I like, I also like to try to build another gun. Would have done the same thing with Sig, but Sigs are expensive. Very nice, but expensive. But that is where I wanted to go to and do this with this one. I got this one in parts. So basically, I bought the barrel, I bought the slide, I bought the whole thing, and then put it all together. And then I have a Sealy Wolf Zero, Sealy Wolf Zero on here, and this is also shake awake feature on there. Now, this right here is skull. Bought this to go along with another gun, and that gun is the PC carbine Hottie, because they both take Glock mags and they're both 9mm, so I was like, hell yeah. But this one, thread protector, this also came with a fluted barrel, or I got the fluted barrel because I was like, yes. And then, you know, basic little PSA Dagger lower, slide serrated upper, because I like that upper because it kind of gives you like that snarly, like, you know, like if you ever looked at a wolf when they snarl and they're angry, it kind of gives you that. So I'm like, that is perfect for what I want to do. And then, you know, got the TLR HL on here, which, I mean, is a decently sized fucking one on here, but I do like it. Because, I mean, you have the up and then the double down and all that, so that's pretty nice. And then this one, at first was a little gummy and everything else because, you know, brand new parts, never been shot and all that. So it was like, oh. But once it got, you know, warmed up a little bit, it wasn't too bad. And then I also kind of like how they did the the slide release on here because it's like out there because you can actually find it with your thumb. Like even if you have to, you can literally just guide your finger and you will find that thing and push it. Like I just popped my finger pushing that thing. That's how like actual good it is. You're not actually going to accidentally push that thing either. So your mag's not going to actually accidentally fall out. So that's pretty awesome. So that so far is the pistol collection. I probably will eventually get more over time, but at the same time, usually the way I go about buying guns isn't, ooh, I like it, I'm gonna buy it. It's more of, what's the purpose of said gun? With all my guns, they all have purposes, whether it's, oh, hey, this is going to be something I carry anytime and every time I go somewhere, or this is going to be something I use for a specific self-defense scenario, home defense, backpacking, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I usually think and go, do I want to? Is it worth it? Because guns, almost dropped that fucker, guns are not cheap. So, you know, even when you spend, like, because this one, building it and everything else was roughly about the same price as that one, even though this actually has a much better barrel. It was $370, so it wasn't bad. And once again, this and that, both PSA Daggers take both the same mags, same as the PC carbine, which that means there's 3 guns that take the same mags, same rounds. That's awesome. That's also something I also like. Now, granted, my Dagger and then my FN, both also 9mm, same thing. So, round count won't really matter. It also maximizes the amount of lethality I have when it comes to defense of, you know, firearms. Especially when it comes to, you know, oh, hey, Civil War or World War III or whatever that the, you know, news and everything else and a whole lot of other gun tubers are talking about out there. Because there's a lot of talk, and it's all possibilities and everything else. You never know, so it's always good to be prepared and ready. So if you're a gun enthusiast, train, stock up on some ammo, and find some good friends. You know what I mean? But of course, it could be like how it was in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, where nothing really actually happens, and, you know, Americans just spend a lot of money. And waste a lot of time. But at the same time, it's your money, your time. Do what you want with it, right? So that's it for this one. I will be doing the PC carbine one, which is going to be slightly shorter than this almost 15-minute video. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoy it. Stay free, America. Love you guys.